Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How's everyone doing today? I am here live. My name is SonjaMarie with Word Life Astrology, and it's been 2 weeks since we have spoken. So I'm really, really happy. Well, since I've spoken and you've listened, but sometimes y'all chat, and then that's kind of y'all talking, and then I'm able to hear it. Anyway, I'm so glad to be here. Really, really happy to be here. Muy cansada, that's for sure. I'm very, 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 very tired. But I am really open and incredibly excited to share with you what's happening this week of November. What's today? November 17th? Yes, November 17th is the date, 2025. What's up, Yazara and hi, Kia? How are you? Waving hello to you both. So wonderful seeing y'all coming in on YouTube as well. Cosmic Rose is here. Bella means beautiful. Bren Queen, Miss Brenda, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad to see y'all. Been missing y'all. Been missing y'all. It's been a heck of a week. That's for sure. That's for sure. And we'll get into some of it, a little bit of it, as some of y'all start to roll in. Hey, a few housekeeping. I just want to let you guys know and ladies know on Instagram that we are also over on YouTube, if that fits you best, as Sonja Marie's Word Life Astrology channel. That's Sonja with a J, Sonja, Sonja Marie's Word Life Astrology channel. I'd encourage you to go over there. And if you are here and any of this information resonates with you here on YouTube, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new to my channel, you happen to fall upon my beautiful face and wanted to say, or said to yourself, what's this lady talking about? I encourage you to subscribe, and I encourage you to like, and all of you to share as well. If this information hits you, we got to get it out full and wide, not just from me, but from anybody and everybody that hits you. I recognize that not too many people share my information. I'm very, very grateful for Miss A and a couple of the people that take their time and they edit my information. I really appreciate when y'all do that. You know why? Because I don't do it too much. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll do this one little live or whatever, and I may repost it once. But the truth is, that's the answer. Do y'all know what that answer is? The truth is, I don't know if I have time for all of that. So when you guys do it, it helps me. When you guys do it, it supports me. When you ladies and you guys do it, it helps to spread it. But at the very least, even when you don't share it, if some of this information gets on you and some of the insight that comes through resonates with you and it feels true to you, and you can live your life in a way or adjust your responses in a way in which reflects what we talk about here, then that's enough. And I mean that from the heart of my hearts. Yes, I'd love a donation via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Yes, I'd love for you to share because, the business is here on social media. But if you can live out what it is that we talk about, that's the real reason why I come on here, y'all. And I mean that to the bottom of my heart. As I segue into what it is that we just experienced in Atlanta. Ooh, I'm still giddy. I'm still giddy around the joy that was shared. I'm still giddy around the village and the community and the collective of people that we touch. Tiff is in here. I got a chance to squeeze that body and see that beautiful, beautiful space. I swear we can, like for real can. Like when we took that picture together, I was like, oh my God, we kind of look alike. I love you, Tiff. And I love you for checking in on my soul and my spirit. I'm gonna tell y'all honestly, this social media thingy is weird, and like everything in life, it has its ups and its downs. It's necessary meetings and opened up opportunities, and then it's also weird. It's also people a little. I don't have to go through that, but y'all know it's also weird. But I so appreciate and in so much gratitude for meeting people like Tiff via the internet, meeting people like I don't know, all of y'all, really, even though I haven't seen you physically. Nicole Moore is in here. Sweet Tea is in here. Just Brianna is in here, for meeting you and connecting with you. Also meeting Felicia and Lydia, who absolutely invested their time, their money, their heart space into sending me. I wish I had their businesses. I should actually ask them for that. My brain be all over the place. Yes, I said be all over the place. What's up, 51 of 63? But anyway, Felicia and Lydia hosted a sister coming on out to Atlanta, put me up in a beautiful, beautiful spot, and also connected with and had me connect with other clients, people who needed the information that streams through me, and watching lives just change before my life. I did 2 workshops, one with the community that Felicia and Lydia helped to cultivate. Also, the one at the local Peach. You guys actually need to go to the local Peach via my sister Brianna and Nona. Oh my God, her wife Nona. We had so much fun. We laughed, we ate. And when I say we ate, because Nona is a gosh darn Cancer like myself, we ate. If y'all don't know nothing about the local Peach in Norcross and you're in the Atlanta area, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Now, I know this squirrel, because I'm a Cancer and I love food, I just don't talk about food just on some haphazard bullshit. Like, that's not my stilo. That's not how I get down. In real life, for real, about any subjects, but especially food. I'm not going to big up food when it ain't. But get yourself a scone at the local Peach and it will change your life. Trust me when I tell you. Now, scones are usually hard. Scones are usually like, that's not the word, scones. That's not the word, Tiff. It's not scones. Scones are usually hard. You can dip them in your tea, in your coffee or whatever to make them soft, but these come out already soft. These come out already ready. They come in a couple of different flavors. Freaking blueberry and lemon, and also cranberry. When I tell you she puts her heart and soul in the beautiful, beautiful, whew, the food that she makes is correct. Why are you laughing at me then? Go to the local Peach in Norcross, Georgia. Please, the local Peach, the local Peach. Anyway, we had a really, 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 really good time. There was a little foupoi. Mercury is doing this thing. And oftentimes, 1 or 2 people will ask me, well, Sonja, Squirrel, why do you even schedule things during Mercury retrograde? You know why? Because even though I love and I appreciate astrology, and because I can't stop talking about it. I know, I still can't, obviously. That's why she's laughing at me. Um, uh, Even though I love astrology, and even though and I encourage this on you, but you are your own person, you do what you want to do. I don't follow necessarily and plan my life completely around what the stars are saying. When it's really a hard kind of aspect, I definitely pay attention, like Mercury in retrograde, but we have to schedule our life how we schedule our life, right? And albeit Mercury retrograde doesn't always mean the negative. Mercury retrograde doesn't always mean, as we are still in it into November 29th, y'all, right? In Sagittarius. How many of y'all been experiencing? I just want to ask real quick. Give me a yes, yes, girl. Give me a oh girl. Give me a what the hell? Like, let me know how you've been feeling about this Mercury retrograde in Sag. Now, because I scheduled it around that time, I was very, very cognizant, obviously, of what could go on, but I got to live my life, and we have to kind of do it around time schedule, around holidays, around the things that work out for the best. So it happened to fall on that moment. So we had a Mercury retrograde moment. We did. And we were supposed to live stream on Stage It on Friday evening at 8 p.m. Now, first and foremost, apologies. And thank you for understanding by the fact that we could not do a performance that night. I pray that Stage It, I'm going to actually follow up with that. That Stage It refunds your money, whatever money that you were able to donate. And again, I appreciate you showing up, but Sonja ain't going to stop performing. Sonja ain't gonna stop putting out these stages and these lives for people that are in Minnesota and New Jersey and Atlanta, and you just want to see me. I really do appreciate your support. So hold tight. It was just a Mercury retrograde moment, and we'll be back. Not necessarily me and Shonda on stage, but Sonja Marie is always going to be doing her thing. It was an interesting day, y'all. And without getting all into the story, you know, I do like to share. I just think it was literally and clearly a faux pas in communication. Just like it said, Mercury retrograde. I just think that there was a lot of misinformation. There was a lot of misunderstanding. There was a lot of moving fast. There was a lot of not taking certain things into account. And it came to a point where I personally had to be the leader in it all and say to myself, how do I want to do this thing? So the little snowball wouldn't turn into a mountain and an avalanche of bullshit. I just decided, hey, we're going to cancel it. And again, without getting all into my business and into the business of others, I'm just going to leave it just like that. There are moments in though, and I'm going to be truthful with y'all, because I'm oftentimes really, really candid here on this thing. I live for moments like that sometimes. Although my nervous system gets really, really wired, I'm not even going to lie. Although my nervous system gets wired, and believe me, I'm saying this for a reason. I'm not just giving y'all a story and telling you my business, because it absolutely segues into this weekly rundown, okay? But I live for moments like that. Not moments that are necessarily chaotic and catastrophic and sometimes so nervous you don't know what to do, and then you have to you may lose relationships, or the case may be. I don't look forward to the response of things that may seem chaotic. I look forward to, oftentimes, call me weird if you want, but I look forward to oftentimes learning how to navigate those fields. Does that make sense to you, Sankofa? How you doing, brother? How to navigate those fields. That's when you grow. You don't grow in the, oh my gosh, life is positive. You know, let's do an affirmation and let's feel good about all the things because life is good. There's no growth in the reminder of life is good. There's absolutely a reminder. There's absolutely a cushion. There's a thing that uplifts you and keeps you floating and reprogramming your brain and getting rid of certain conditionings. Yeah, that happens also. But when the chaos is ensuing, when there's a retrograde moment, when there's a moment where it's just you in the middle of the room and everybody and everything else is telling you to do X, Y, and Z and ABC, but you can hear in your heart, it's the endurance, Melania, right? When you can hear, Milana, when you can hear in your heart that this is what you should be doing, and then you follow that thing, knowing well that spirit planted that. Because I tell you like this, in the middle of all of that, because we had like a couple hours to make a decision, and in the middle of all of that, and I keep saying this when I tell my certain friends that I have, in the middle of all of that, I felt like a hand, a huge ass hand, like lay right in my heart chakra, and it was like cancel. And I'm thinking, first of all, who is that? Second of all, yes, it was such a peace, and it was such a calm, and it was such a growth moment and spurt that I felt like lingering and coming up from my root chakra all the way through my body, where I had no other choice but to do what I was told. You get what I'm saying? Again, not just for the situation. I'm talking about the bigger situation and the bigger lesson to that I'm literally putting on y'all or sharing with y'all so you can absolutely do your best with it in your own life. When those moments of chaos are happening, you feel that calm and you're looking for that peace that you need to get back to, get forward to reinsert yourself in and with, right? That's the times of the growth. I look forward to doing events like that sometimes when I feel like, okay, I don't have a handle on all of this. And there's part of me that needs to surrender. And then there's a part of me that needs to be the leader of my own life. Can I get a yes, yes, y'all? Y'all talking? Y'all understand where I'm coming from? It's a beautiful, beautiful moment. And that brings us. So again, thank you for your patience, everyone. Thank you for your understanding. Thank Felicia and Lydia and Shonda, who was performing with me on that day, and the band that came with us. Thank everybody for their understanding. Thank you for the people that decided to come and then had to get reverted back and was like, Rewind selector. Turn around in the middle of the street. Ain't nothing going down. Thank you to you for your patience, for your kindness, for your ability and your willingness to even want to, show up. I do appreciate that. And let me tell you, like, appreciation goes a long way. Don't ever stop being appreciative of certain things, whether it be the lesson in the chaos or whether it be a chocolate scone. It wasn't chocolate, y'all, but the goddamn scones at the local peach. Whether it be a stone in the middle of an argument, and you're like, God damn it, I needed that. Be appreciative of it all. That's what gets us lifted, and that's what gets us maturing and recognizing our own emotional maturation and how we should move through this thing, okay? Like this thing called life, okay? All right. I'm not going to preach on that too much longer. However, it may come back and forth in and out of a lesson or the lesson plan, the things that we're going to talk about this week. This week, I entitled The Power is in You. Now, it might sound a little to some like a little general, a little elementary, but Scorpio is taking over this week. And Scorpio is all about power. And do you know who Scorpio's ruler is? I like to be a little interactive. So if y'all know who Scorpio's ruler is, put it on up. Hi, Empress. You and your man is on here listening to me. Where that voice come from? Oh, I love it. Miss y'all. And thank you for trying to get on stage. It was a situation, but we here and we alive and we made the best decision possible. That's right, Tiff Tiff. Pluto, not Mars. They said in ancient days, T. Jackson, that Mars was the ruler, but Mars is now Aquarius. That's a lie. Mars is now Aries' ruler, okay? Nope, not Jupiter. It is Pluto. The answer is Pluto. Now, I'm teaching y'all something real quick before we even get into this week because I want you to understand the power of Pluto and how it comes through. You understand? And that sometimes, and also sometimes it gives us a 1, 2, 3 triple upcut kind of punch all at once. I want y'all to recognize how many times Pluto is being aspected this week, meaning Pluto trines this, Pluto oppositions this, Pluto squares this. That's number one, if you want to be a student of astrology. Number two, recognize what Scorpio is going through, right? The moon in Scorpio, certain planets like Venus in Scorpio. You understand what I mean? I want y'all to understand that that is not by accident. That is not by accident. Now, rewind selector. I do not live my life by astrology, but what I do is pay attention. And I encourage you, if you want to continue to partake in my rundowns, I encourage you to do the same. Just be aware. Awareness is key. So if Pluto is saying tap into the power of you, if Scorpio is saying tap into the power of you, it means something. Now, also know this too, as we go into this weekly rundown, I'm setting y'all up. Please stay around if you can. And if you can't, come back and watch this from the beginning here on YouTube, Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology page, and also on IG. I leave it up as well. Excuse me. This is also what's happening. There are like 5 planets in retrograde. Did y'all know that? And do y'all know which ones are retrograde right now other than Mercury? That is numero uno. Claro. That is definitely numero uno. If you don't know, I'm going to run them down for you real quick because what's interesting about that, as we are going, and y'all know I like to teach, but as we are going through learning and connecting with the power within us, these retrograde planets say, if you review yourself in the way that these planets are asking you to, this is when you start to notice and tap into the real power within you. Does that make sense? Again, utilizing everything, being aware of everything that is in our universe at the time. Okay? We can go way out. We can get deep. We can talk about solar flares. We can talk about all that powerful energy that's coming to the planet right now. It's crazy what's happening in this moment in time. And I say that with everything inside me. That's why we have to level up and take on the say it again, Sonja. That's what take 2. That's why we have to take on the chaos, take on the confusion with our own inner power, with our own inner knowing, because there's so much more that's supporting us to lift us up out of the chaos. If we're not taking it on, the chaos, if we're not taking on the confusion, if we're not taking on the challenges and the hard ass things that we need to get through, if we're not looking it in his eyeballs and saying, what you got? What you want, with some kind of courage, with some type of assurance, with some type of acceptance and allowance, we're going to get buried. I said it. You're going to get buried. You got to pay attention to what wants you. And what wants you sometimes actually asks you to leave some things, to slough it off, and to look things straight in the eye and call a spade, to find the power in you. A couple of people said it. There's Jupiter going retrograde. There's Neptune going retrograde. There's Uranus going retrograde. There's Saturn going retrograde. Absolutely. And absolutely Mercury. That's a lot of entities, right? Saturn being about disciplines and boundaries, reevaluating them things, right? Uranus being about the changes and the innovative that you need to have in that weird ass erratic field that you need to adjust to and or approach. The chaos that I'm speaking of, because Uranus brings a lot of chaos, right? The chaos that you need to approach and handle in a different way because it's retrograde. Neptune, the confusion, the visions that you see, the dreams that you're having, right? The escapisms that want to come back and get you. Can we talk about that? Anybody been like sober, or anybody been staying away from that chocolate cake, and then all of a sudden you're like, the chocolate is calling you like, girl, you know you want me. You know you want me, boy. You know you want me. Get on in there, in my belly. Get it inside my belly. Belly. I want to get in there, deep in your belly. The fuck is wrong? I want to get in there. Have your escapisms been coming at you? Yeah, them temptations. That's Neptune going retrograde. I'm trying to tell you, listen to it. What's it trying to teach you? Also, Jupiter, when it's going retrograde. Now, check this out, squirrel. Jupiter's a big ass planet. That ain't no squirrel. That's for real. Jupiter is a big ass planet. So when it goes retrograde, it's not like we I'm sorry, Mystic. I forgot to give you your pillow, huh? It's not like we get abandoned by Jupiter's blessings because it's so big. There's still like little skittles coming off. It may not be 10, it may be 2 or 3 or 4, right? You still see the possibilities. But as it's going retrograde, it's also asking you to examine now those small possibilities that are coming into you for you at this time that could be absolute nuggets for when it goes direct. Okay, I just wanted to break down those few little planets, and we may do it again throughout this week so it can apply to certain aspects that are happening. But I want y'all to have all of this information on the forefront, on the frontal lobe of your dome, so you can understand that we are walking 1, 2, 3, 4. That has become my favorite number, y'all, other than 222 and 111. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the time right now. But I want y'all to understand this as we walk into this moment, as we walk into this week, as we walk into this new moon, all the things that's being asked of you to not only reevaluate and rediscover, but that Pluto, like I said, is right in the middle of that thing. Pluto's going direct, right in the middle of that thing, saying, yo, all of these reviews that's happening, for you to tap into the depths of that Scorpio field, for you to tap into your transformation. I'm going to say this again. I'm letting y'all know. For you to tap into that transformation, I want you to pay attention. Because as you come up out of this, on the other side of this, is the person that's going to lead you on. Do you like to be met with the storm? That's a real question. You can answer that. And if it's no, no judgment. But I ask you, please, where can you buy the best galoshes? Where can you buy the best raincoat? Did I say galoshes? Who says galoshes nowadays? Where can you buy the best rain boots? Where can you buy the best armor, the best material, the best modalities? Where can you get the modalities? Where can you find the courage deep in your belly to walk into the storm this week? Are y'all listening? Hey, Rob, I got your message, sweetie pie. I pray you well. I was knocked out. And when I'm done with this, y'all, I'm going to be knocked out some more because I'm still tired. I'm really, really sleepy. I gave a lot this past week, gratefully. But anyway, y'all ready? Let's go into Monday. Today, Monday kicked off with the moon in Libra, okay? It's going to go into Scorpio at 4:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? By the way, I timestamp these things. So if you happen to go out and then you come back in, you can go to YouTube by tomorrow afternoon. I'll have them timestamped every day. Excuse me, y'all. So you can go to the exact date, the exact day of the week, and see what the energies are like for that particular day. But please be mindful of the fact sometimes we feel it a day earlier or a day later, depending on who you are and how it coincides with your chart, and also how you receive it, how your energy receives it, how you open up to it. You dig how intuitive you are, and how, again, how you are connected to the information. Anyway, here we go. So that moon is going to go into Scorpio real soon. But let's kick off today because this is really important, right? That Mercury, this sets off the tone of the whole week. And remember, I said pay attention to Pluto. That Mercury is going retrograde right now in Sagittarius, I might add, or did it back up into Scorpio? No, it did not. It did not. It's still in Sag. That Mercury in retrograde is sextile and Pluto in Aquarius. What lessons have you learned during the recent Mercury retrograde moment that left you knowing your power or moving forward? I just explained mine. What lesson have you learned? Now, what I mean by that is that Mercury retrograde pulls up some shit. That's what it's meant to do. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year, notoriously on time, 3 times a year. Sometimes it's 4. There was a year where we had 5 Mercury retrogrades in a year, and the universe was really telling us to slow the fuck down. But the reason why it happens 3 times a year is because we need to slow down. It's because sometimes the brain is moving faster than the body and absolutely faster than the spirit. It's because we need to reevaluate our steps. Do y'all get that? It's not punishment. I know most of y'all know that because y'all know me by now if you've been watching me or you've been watching other astrologers or whatever. Mercury retrograde is never, ever punishment. It's only for reevaluating, for reassessing, for relearning, for slowing down. And because it's in Sagittarius, it's a little gnarly because every time it goes retrograde, it's in a different energetic vibration. Right? So because it's in Sag, which is the fastest fucking sign of the zodiac, goodness gracious, it's like telling a little kid to sit down. And the little kid is in your brain, right? It's like telling me, I gotta perform, I gotta perform, I gotta perform. But then I'm looking at all the chaos, all the things that are around me, happening all around me. And when I say a lot of things, I'm not just talking about a lot of things with 1 or 2 people. I'm talking about different compartments of situations and people that I'm dealing with in the middle of it, watching it swarm. I'm giving my example again to help you to see where it falls in your life. A lot of the things going around, what did you learn? What was the power that came up in the lesson of all of that? Mercury, retrograde, sextiles, Pluto, because that retrograde feeling, the sextile is harmony. That retrograde feeling wants to bring harmony to your own personal transformation, to your own personal transmutation, to your own personal new life, to your own need, at the very least, as we go into this week, right? Your own need to keep digging deeper, to keep going deeper, to seeing actually how you can be a benefit to community, to seeing actually how you can be a benefit to the bigger picture, to see how you can be a benefit to the unknown. I'm not going to break that down astrologically, but understand that, right? Because Pluto in Aquarius means all of that. What Mercury retrograde things have you been going through, or are you going to go through today in which you can seize it as an opportunity to go, wait a minute. This is a growth spurt right here. This is a growth spurt. They want me to bug out right now. They want me, not they like the people, but they like the energies. And they, dare I say it, be your older self. They being the energies and the conditionings that are on you that says, bitch, swing at somebody right now. Bitch, curse somebody out right now. Bitch, go into the closet and hide. Because sometimes people don't like to confront situations. And that's the old you that may be being taught how to confront situations so transformation can happen. Does that make sense? Are y'all feeling me today? Y'all hearing me? This is just the first aspect, right? And then also throughout Monday, here comes the moon, quincunx Neptune. Here comes the moon, quincunx Uranus. So that moon, quincunx Neptune says confusing what you think and feel is reality versus spiritual meaning and explanation, expansion. So yeah, here's the powerful moment of you learning how to transform. But then somehow, some way today, thank y'all for responding to me here on YouTube. I appreciate that. Somehow today, hey Bella, or Belle, that's your name. Somehow today, right? There's a little confusion that wants to come in. That says, okay, Sonja, I understand that this Mercury retrograde is making me feel X, Y, and Z, but fair is fair. Real is real. People doing whatever it is that they doing and them not being held responsible and accountable for them not being able to send me the email when I need to get the email, send me my money when I get to send my money. That's the reality of the thing. Pause, boo-boo. Pause. Because that energy, that need for the reality, that need for the fair, that need for the thing to, that egos need for the thing to hold somebody up for their accountability is the very thing that can swoop you into the chaos. Do you get that? Please answer me, right? Do you get that? Because sometimes, is it worth it? I mean, for real. People know what's fair and what's not fair. And if they don't, they wasn't raised right. I'm just going to say it like that. If they don't, they wasn't raised right. And you coming into the place trying to tell them what's fair and what's not fair is not going to help them. Do you get that? Because it's not in their skin and bones. It's not who they are. Come on, y'all, talk to me. So today there may be a little confusion where you go, I mean, well, goddamn. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Tiff. There may be a little confusion where you're like, yeah, I know this Mercury retrograde moment gives me an opportunity to grow and be more powerful. But they're getting confused that the real is the real. This finding also, the moon is quincunx Uranus, right? This finding is hard to change and becoming trapped in the erratic and the rebellious behavior. I just said that. You can get trapped in the chaos and the whoop, whoop, whoop center of the swarm cosmics. Rose, come on now. You get caught up in that thing. You got that, Sankofa? It's not necessary, to be truthful with you. Again, because people learn on the speed in which they learn. And when we separate who we are based on who people are, sometimes we can see the truth. When we want to expect people to do the things that we know it's right, we get caught up in confusion too. Because again, they wasn't raised that way. They don't have that thing in them. Or they choose to be an asshole. And that's when you should even step even further away from them. You dig? By the end of the day, that moon in Scorpio wants to square up Pluto. Oh, shit. So when your feelings and/or deep connections with women emerge, it makes you feel powerless because you discover something you didn't know. It's okay not to know. Go harder. Now, the reason why I put that down there is because, again, if we allow ourselves to get caught up in this confusion and this chaos situation today, and Mercury retrograde is actually saying there's a lesson in that, boo-boo. Just detach yourself from it. Just forgive people and yourself for it. Try not to look for what's fair and what's right, but to look for the higher up. Yes, the light in it all, right? The spirituality, the connection that that is right? Because if you don't, there's a little disconnection that you may have as you're trying to learn your deeper reasons for being here, as you're trying to learn your deeper connections for a woman. There could be somebody's example. Maybe it's your mother that you need to talk to. Maybe it's your woman that you need to talk to. Maybe it's your female child that you need to talk to. Maybe it's your auntie. Maybe you're having this situation with a female employer or employee. You dig what I'm saying? And these deep connections that you know about yourself is not being met with what it is that they're showing. They're not getting it yet. Bella, are you feeling it? And the thing is that the reality, right? That air sign reality sometimes comes in and says, well, what is real? What is right? What is fair? Sometimes it's okay not to know, baby. I know I just threw maybe one or two of y'all off in a sense that there's a lot of people that just got to know. I use this example all the time. Do you know why the fuck we floating on this goddamn rock in the middle of space? Do you know why the ocean is cold and sometimes warm? Do you know why people love you one moment and hate you the next? Do you know? Do you have the facts? Do you have the understanding and the equation, the breakdown of it all, the mathematics of it all? Do you really know? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes we don't. And we have to back up from knowing. That's what can throw us off of our square of our power today. Okay? Sometimes we have to surrender the knowing, and we sometimes feel powerless in that because what? I need to know. I need to feel it. I need to connect with everything that's deep and that's bubbling up. All these lessons that are happening. What's this lesson? How does that correlate to this lesson? How is this happening with that? Hold on. Just breathe. Just breathe. Be with it, right, Bella? Sometimes you got to be with it. That's really challenging, though, Bella. I'm going to be honest with you. So, for a lot of people, especially air signs and earth signs, and I'm going to put it on y'all like this, and people who have a lot of those particular signs in their chart. Why? Because they base their personality and their surroundings with what makes sense and also with what's real and what's proven. A lot of things are not proven, y'all, but you still trust it, but you still surrender into it, but you still release control about it. Today, it's asking you to do a little bit of that. It's asking you to see the lesson of whatever Mercury retrograde situation that comes up for you. Now, do I need to explain Mercury retrograde again? If I do, somebody say it, because I'll go deep into it. It's miscommunication. It's travel arrangements. It's cars. You understand what I'm saying? It's things that happen without you knowing because you didn't get the full understanding of it, because it's misunderstandings, you know? Hey, Nicia, do y'all get that? We're being taught to look at the lessons so we can emerge in a powerful state of not knowing. That's important. And of trusting and surrendering. Tuesday, what's interesting about that thing right there, is that the moon goes into Scorpio. Here we go. Thank you, Jamaica Sue. Here we go. Tuesday, the moon goes into Scorpio now. Now we have an emotional propensity. Now we have a maternal propensity, men and women. Now we have a karmic propensity of doing what? Of going even deeper. Because now the sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in Scorpio. And dare I say it, Mercury retrograde on Tuesday backs up into Scorpio. Y'all get me? Y'all see why I gave you that little 5 to 10 minute kind of introduction? And if you haven't seen it, that's okay. This is going to be recorded on YouTube and left here on Instagram so you can see it when you see it. All right? But see it from the beginning, knowing that this is a powerful week that can make you or break you in some retrospect. But here's what I feel, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. 99.9 of y'all are gonna be all right about this. Because again, like I said, using myself as an example and inspiration, sometimes we gotta look at the chaos like, yeah, I could do this thing. Yeah, this transformation that's happening. Yeah, this deep dive into things. Yeah, this need to be a little bit more determined. Yeah, this need to be controlled in my steps without controlling others. That's Scorpio's magic. Part of it. Yeah, to be controlled, to be passionate, to be determined to do a thing without expecting everybody else to do it. I'm just plowing through like that mole through the dirt. I'm just looking the eye of the storm into its eyes. Y'all get me? Tuesday, the sun is in Scorpio, the moon goes into Scorpio, Mercury backs up in retrograde in Scorpio. Now, it's taking a deeper dive into the plan, into the observations that we have when Mercury goes into Scorpio. It's coming out of that chaotic Sagittarius energy of making our minds move fast and trying to make all the decisions and preparing to do the things, but not knowing what to do because so many people are not doing what they need to be doing. And the mind, Mercury going retro in Sag was and is still, because we're still in it, it's a fucking clusterfuck. It's just call it what it is, right? But when it goes back into Scorpio, it's more of an observation kind of space. It's like, oh, okay, shit is fucking up because boom. Oh, because boom. Oh, ooh, let me get out the way. Boom. You understand what I'm saying? It goes to the emotional body of trying to figure out why the mind is doing what it's doing, why we need to revisit certain things. Did I clarify that? Did I make that known? Y'all kind of quiet over here on YouTube. Does this make sense to you? It's a different vibration. So pay attention to that vibration as it shifts tomorrow because it's going to be utilized, or I should say, you can utilize it. Because again, here comes all this Scorpio energy that again says go deeper. That again says become a nice little deep sea diver. That again says to revisit your passions this week. Understand what you're passionate about. Understand what you're willing to walk through the storm with. This ain't to make us unnerved. This is not to say that anything negative would happen. Please don't misunderstand my broadcast here. I'm trying to keep us aware of what we can discover in the depths of our own being. Because a lot of us like to hide. A lot of us like to hide behind the gaze of, oh, let's be spiritual. Behind the gaze of, oh, everything is all right. Behind the gaze of, oh, I got my man and my money. I got my woman and my kids. Behind the gaze of, I have money. I have things to do. I'm perfect in how I show you. I'm controlled in how I show you. I'm going to classes and workshops and doing the things, right? But when Scorpio comes in full blast, the sun, the moon, Mercury going retrograde, you dig? It is saying, yo, I don't give a fuck what you think you got going on here. We're going to uncover it all. So you might as well call yourself out on it before everybody else does. Do you hear what I'm saying, y'all? Come on now. Tomorrow, that moon in Scorpio is going to do what? Conjunct Venus in Scorpio. So moon, sun, Mercury retrograde, and Venus all in Scorpio. That moon conjuncting, meaning it's in the same sign as Venus. Is that right? Yeah, it got to be right. Value is in the depth, the uncovered, the embarrassing truth. The need is to move into the uncomfortable, discovering the passion and the treasures you've been sitting on. There's gold somewhere. I already said that in so many ways. There's gold somewhere. There's gold in the depths of you discovering again who you are. Now, to some of you, you may say, Sonja, you said this a couple weeks ago. You said this a month ago. You've been saying versions of this for years, probably. Yep. But not everybody can handle the version that's before us in this moment. Answer that for your damn self. Because there's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of it. And we've been asked to go through these particular layers to prepare us to where we're headed. Do you not see that? Can I get a yes, yes, y'all? Can I get some kind of semblance of understanding in that? Oh, and that Mars cosmic rose, come on now. Your Mars and Scorpio knows how to plow through this. Understand that. I love Mars and Scorpio information. If y'all want to donate to my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, I appreciate that. All that information is in the description box below here on YouTube. Okay. Oh, I forgot to make an announcement earlier. I'm doing and that's the only aspect for Tuesday. That's why I'm kind of leaving it right there. And I'm gonna go into Wednesday in a little bit. But I've been promising to do more workshops here on Zoom and with the major collective, right? And I'm doing another workshop in regards to family. Do y'all want to partake in that? It's $33, and I'm going to put up the link, if not later tonight, absolutely first thing tomorrow. And I'm going to start putting out flyers for when it is, right? I thought it would be a good time to talk about astrologically, the family situation that's happening in the air, also family connections and situations that's happening within your particular chart. Now, I'm going to ask y'all straight up and down to have patience, because when we're in a collective and I start talking to everybody, imperative that you not only pay attention and give the same energy that you want people to give you, but that we come together as a collective and that we respect each other's growth and and hold space for one another spiritually, even on the other side of the country. Okay. So it is going to be one of them workshops in which I individually take a little bit of time with each person, but then I'll also speak to the collective. Okay. I like doing workshops like that, y'all. So let me know if you're interested in that. With Thanksgiving coming up, with Christmas coming up, and all of these familial events that's happening, wouldn't it be great to see yourself differently? In a familiar way, right? Let's do that thing. So I'm gonna put the information up tonight and tomorrow. I haven't heard any too many responses, but hopefully at least one of y'all will join me. I'd really appreciate that because I'd love to share in that information with you. Okay, let me know if that works for you, or say, Sonya, kick rocks. That's not working. So to top off Tuesday, again, Tuesday says, here we go into this emotional yet passionate yet retrospective deep ass thought of where we're moving and grooving to. Okay, how we are unlocking the treasures, unlocking the things that are coming for us. Now on Wednesday it gets even a little bit gnarlier, right? In a sense. Check this out. The moon stays in Scorpio, right? How you doing? Coming on in. Thank you, ZP. I appreciate that. Wednesday coming on in, Mercury in retrograde will be trine in Neptune. Mercury in retrograde, hi Keela, will be trine in Neptune. You may slide back into old escapisms, idealisms, etc., to discover how to use them differently. Revisit old spiritual practices that need to be modified so you can learn them for a reason. It's a different day. Now, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, right, is trining up with Neptune. Neptune has to deal with drugs, escapism, alcoholism, dreams, confusion, delusions. Neptune has to deal with our spiritual practices and our openness, our need to connect with ancestors and guides. When Mercury is hitting up, going retrograde, is hitting up with this Neptune, is asking you to revisit those things. So you may feel like after months of not drinking, wanting to drink. You may feel after months of not being able to talk to your grandfather or your grandmother on the other side, of this burning desire to reach out to them and connect with them in some kind of way, but you don't know how to. You may feel a little embarrassed by doing so because possibly maybe you haven't connected with them. There's a reason why you slipping back into these seemingly old ways, these seemingly old confusion ways, these seemingly old spiritual ways. Can I get a yes, yes, y'all? Do y'all know what I'm talking about so far? I know this is happening on Wednesday, but has this been reaching a few of you? Now, when this happens, it's saying because it's a trine, which means that Mercury in Scorpio is in harmony with Neptune in Pisces, it's saying it's for the benefit, boo boo. Maybe you can take that drink and not get drunk and act like you was before, but take that drink, let it go in your body, recognize the sweats that's coming up, recognize that people look differently in the room, recognize that you start saying shit in which you used to in the past couple of months could control, can keep under wraps, recognizing that you just not yourself, and you go, ooh, I needed to take that drink so I know who to be. I needed to take that drink so I know how to change. I needed to take that smoke. I needed to visit that chocolate cake to know that I don't need these extra pounds. Are y'all feeling me? This is Wednesday. I say this to say, I'm not giving you permission to go out there and get drunk. I'm not giving you permission to go out there and lose your mind. Okay? What this is saying basically is to revisit it with responsibility, with understanding of why you left it or want to monitor its usage in the first place. Does this make sense, everybody? Is YouTube on? Because y'all are really quiet. Does this make sense? Again, not begging for attention. I'm just making sure y'all good. Right? This makes sense, Tiff? I appreciate you responding. I need y'all to get that, because it is a different day, because we have been through so many changes and transformations in the last couple of months. I need y'all to do in this moment. If you don't give me the love or give me some type of response, thank you, Sankofa. Thank you, Monica. Coming on in. If you don't give me the response, give yourself the response. Put up an emoji for your goddamn self, because have you not grown? Like, for real. Do you feel the emotional part of yourself reaching heights in which you've never, ever, ever discovered? I've been posting about it for the last couple of weeks or so, like brazenly. Why? Because I'm over it personally. Squirrel, can I go into me for a minute and y'all can get a little inspiration in some kind of way? That old Sonja, she need to kick rocks, cousin. And it's specific, but I'm not going into my business. But it's specific. That old Sonja needs to kick rocks. She served me for a minute to get to the point that I'm at. So I'm not shitting on her, nor am I judging it, right? But I know it needs to go. I know this maturation has found me. Thank you, Sankofa. Can you save me a plate? I'll be there in a minute. All the way in Costa Rica. Right? So again, this is the moment when it hits up against Neptune. This is the week when you start to see yourself even going deeper, when you say, oh, sweat, I really have grown. So I'm going to go down to the depths. I'm going to go down to the treasures even more to get what God wants me to have, to bring forward into this newness of who I am. There's more to have. You've been selling yourself short, is what I just heard. We've been selling ourselves short, because you think that what you have is what. Now listen, I just posted something today that says the more I lose, the less I need, or the less I want. Does anyone resonate with that? The more I lose, the more that's gone, the more people that leave my space, the more people that show their ass, the more people that show their lack of emotional maturity in my life, the more people that show their lack of wanting to grow, right, in my life, to show me the real them. No good, bad, or judgment, right? The less I need, the less I want in my life. Not only is it clearing space for what's real, Milana, it's also saying, I didn't need all of that. And I honestly just need a piece of bread and some peanut butter out this motherfucker. Do I need the oysters and all the things? Do I need the big full meals and all the things? Do I need that? I really want y'all to answer that on some level. Now, would we like it? Sure. Does it make us look good? All this Leo energy in me, y'all. I like to look good. I ain't gonna lie. That girl likes to step out and be like, blah, 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 blah. Even if I just think I look good. Nobody else needs to think I look good. But I like that. But to be truthful with you, it's not important. What I need is my peace. You disturb my peace, we got problems. You disturb, my children, the people that I love, my money, we got problems. My respect, we got problems. Do you understand that? You question my integrity, we got problems. And I sometimes may let you just think whatever it is you want to think. But I know I have grown to a level in which that old Sonja who wants to respond, she needs to kick rocks. She needs to go, because there's no need to respond. There's no need to respond, because I don't need all the energies in my life to respond, to combat, to prove, to share, to show otherwise. And neither do you. I'm just saying. I'm a bully in my love, but I'm saying, do you? Do you? On Wednesday, after Mercury is trying to show you, going retrograde is trying to show you that you need to visit these unseen things about yourself. Revisit these unseen about yourself. Unseen things about yourself, right? So you can be able to move forward. So you can see that there's some things that you just don't need, that you thought you was holding on to for fucking dear life, that made you you. Come on now. Once we can do that on Wednesday, here comes the moon in Scorpio trining up Jupiter retrograde. Y'all don't hear me. They don't hear me, spirit. They don't hear me. They cooking, they driving, they working, but do they hear me? I'm only playing, y'all. I'm only playing. Y'all don't hear, because I'm hyped by what's coming through. That's all. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Because Jupiter says, if you hear, If you feel it, if you connect to it, if you continue to go deeper in when that moon is in Scorpio, here comes Jupiter and its Skittles. Here comes more information. Here comes more of the peace, of the prosperity, of the expansion that you've been calling on for. Because sometimes, again, like Sweet Milan said, sometimes you got to clear it out to make room for more. You got to make room for the expansion. And sometimes, again, the expansion, thank you, Coco. Sometimes the expansion is not tangible. Sometimes the expansion, what's up, Duchess Plum? Sometimes the expansion is within you, holding space for you. You feeling more like, oh, I walk into the room now and my head is up. Squirrel, has anyone been feeling that? Whereas before you walk into a room or into a situation, you may have cowered. Admit it to yourself, not to me. Admit it to yourself. Admit it when you have certain conversations with certain people, you feel proud and you feel up. When you turn the corner and you see another person, all of a sudden you cower because you're anticipating something. You get what I'm saying? Do you want to expand? The only way you can expand in those deep places, in those open spaces, right, is to see what you've been holding down, to see what you've been embarrassed about, to see what has kept you away from certain things because it's so deeply in there, so deeply entrenched, the things that you don't want to admit about you. I hope my words are landing. Sometimes I feel like my spirit goes past my vocabulary. But I feel that so deeply is that the more we release, the more we, you want your pillow, Mystic? Here. Sorry, Mama. Here you go. The more we release, the more we examine about ourselves, the more we call ourselves, and I'm just using these descriptive words for dramatic reasons. The more we can recognize how much of a punk we've been in certain situations, the more we can recognize how scary we've been in certain situations, a freaking like just a scaredy cat in certain situations, the more we recognize how much we hide because certain people have certain power, supposed power over us. I'm talking about these depths, y'all, these Scorpio depths that's coming for all of us. The more we can see how irresponsible we've been with our money, how irresponsible we've been with our money, with our relationships, how we have a hard time saying sorry to people and admitting certain things because our ego doesn't want to look like we've done something that wasn't perfect. You understand? This is the depth that's coming for us. The more I can lose and get rid of these things, the more I discover I have what I need. What am I tripping over? The more I can call myself out, the better I become. That's that moon hitting up Jupiter, y'all. Also on Wednesday, that moon is hitting up in a trine Saturn. When are you going to realize that when we uncover things about ourselves, it doesn't make us a victim? Boom. Thank you, Spirit, as I adjust my booty in this seat, because we got to talk about that, right? All the things become aware. All the things, the punk that I just called out, the scaredy cat that I just called out. You understand? All the things that gets revealed. I love that Saturn is sitting right next to that going, so you're not a victim. You can't sit back and be like, oh, I should have done this before. Now I'm saying, let me change my words. It's not that you can't. You can do that. But is the victimhood going to change you? You sitting there in a pity party feeling sorry for yourself, right, Empress? Feeling sorry for yourself about all the things that you could have done a year before, 3 years before. I should have said sorry to you, Sonja. Well, say sorry to me now, motherfucker. Say sorry now. It means the same. It's not to say we're going to be friends again, but you can apologize for your damn self, not for me. For your own growth, not for me. Ain't for Sonja. It's for you. Grow up. Heal. Know that you're not a victim when you start discovering and uncovering all these parts about you. the greedy one about you, the egotistic one about you, the punk about you, the scaredy cat about you, the mishandling of money about you. You're not a victim in that. You learning lessons. We all growing. These are the things that we have to uncover in order to be better. But if you still in the corner and you don't want to see those things, how you gonna grow up, cousin? You're gonna be 65 saying the same story, complaining about the same things. 111, damn it. How many times do I look at the freaking computer and it's 111? Y'all know this. I can't stand it. It's 111, y'all. In my opinion, that's when spirit is telling me I'm hitting the points. That's all I'm gonna say. Come on, let's go. Reveal to yourself within this week, because it's calling you to not only get with the blessings that are there via Jupiter, not only to get with the fact that you need to revisit your escapisms and the things that's in the unseen so you can reevaluate that thing and make it better for you, Mercury trine and Neptune, but it's also saying get back with the disciplines, release the victimhood, understand that you have to put up certain boundaries, understand that people are going to get their feelings hurt. Folks gonna get their feelings hurt. You know why? Because you wasn't getting the message before. You know why? Because people need to change. You know why? Because it's not personal. People get their feelings hurt because they think it's personal. Nothing is personal, y'all. Not a goddamn thing. Not a thing is personal. It's usually what that person is going through, what they need to learn and grow through. And if we are mature enough, if we are caring enough, if we are responsible for our own connections with people, the only thing that you have to say is, are you okay? Are you good? You all right? You need anything? As you're going through this change, you need anything? Okay, cool. I back up and I'll wait because I love you and I respect you. Whatever it is that you're going through, I respect that. And if you don't love them, you don't want to be bothered, kick rocks. If it's too much for you to handle, it's okay. Are y'all hearing me? Come on now. And what's so interesting, Squirrel, that was the person inside of me that's like, come on, get it. Come on. Oh my God, I make myself laugh all the time. It's the little minion like, yes, get it, get it, got it. Now listen, before I go into Thursday, I want to remind y'all, I'm barking, Miss Irene. It's the little kid in me that's barking, trying to get the information out. Like, come on, everybody. Listen. Before I go into Thursday, that new moon, that information that's coming, I want to remind y'all again, Mercury is retrograde, Jupiter is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde. There are 5. What up? DMX in the house, because I'm from Yonkers, just like him. There are 5 planets in retrograde. Again, evaluating all their energy, like I said at the top of this, right? Very briefly. Evaluating all the energy that they have for us to do what? For us to go deep, for us to see the truth in us, and for it to be ushered out through the planets that are going direct. Do I need to say that again? Should I? I'm waiting for somebody to say something. Judy said, woof, woof. Thank you, ZP. I appreciate that. Let me say that again, because y'all not do it. You want me to say it again? Okay, cool. Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, all going retrograde. Remember, retrograde is just information and energy going wobbly for it to be reviewed in the way that it needs to be reviewed for every planet, right? Mercury's communication, Jupiter is blessing, Saturn is discipline, Uranus is change, and Neptune is the unseen. All of these things are being reviewed right now around us, which makes us feel a little batty, and a little chaotic in certain kind of ways. But it's all purposeful. Do you agree? It's not only all purposeful, it's emptying out. Because whatever needs to be researched, reevaluated, reconfigured, it's emptying out, it's being adjusted. Does that make sense? But look at who's going direct. The planets that are not going retrograde. They have the responsibility to usher these new changes. They have the responsibility to take whatever it is that we are redirecting and move it forward. Does that make sense, Coco? Who are they? Venus, love, value, worth. Who are they? Mars, movement, aggression, action. Who are they? Pluto, power, transformation. You got the power of love and movement on your side. As we are reevaluating all the things that are coming up in our lives, we have love, Venus, we have Mars movement, and we got Pluto transformation heralding the way. When Spirit dropped that in my mind about an hour ago, as I was writing these notes, I was like, whoa, that makes sense. So we have to stay in love. We have to stay in the value of who we are, the value of this moment. The need for people to kick rocks, for old habits to kick rocks, for us to evaluate certain things about ourselves because we're worth it. You understand? For us to lose control of certain things because we're worth it. That's Venus. And Mars says, now I want you to move on that, boo-boo. I want you to be aggressive about that in a way that doesn't hurt people and step on people's toes. How you doing, Michelle? In a way that hurts people and steps on people's toes, but move through the muck with vigor, with understanding. Right? Y'all getting this? And then Pluto says, of course we're doing this because we're powerful in this moment, because we're transforming our lives, we're transmuting our lives, because we're persuading certain things about ourselves and taking the old coats off so we can gain new. It's layer by layer by layer by layer, people. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. So on Thursday, here it comes. That new moon, new information, new opportunities, new emotional connections, new women, because the moon has to deal with feminine understanding. Also, it can be a man that brings in some feminine understanding, right? New moon in Scorpio, 28 degrees, right? It's coming in on Thursday. Say what? Say rock. Say what? After all of the things that Scorpio energy, in which I said we are in, Mercury, Sun, Moon, and Venus, after all of this information that's coming up, that's being discarded and moving all around, here comes the new opportunity through Scorpio. Now, understand this. People give Scorpio a bad rap, but let me tell you something about Scorpio. Scorpio destroys things. It's destructive, just like its ruler, Pluto. It destroys things. It knocks him down. Sometimes it's a little dramatic. Sometimes it's a little Tasmanian devil coming in the room like just throwing shit all over the place. But understand this, the magic of that is that you will always create something on the other side of it. Scorpio energy does not destroy just to be a fucking bugaboo. It destroys so it can create something new. Boom. New moon in Scorpio. Do y'all see the magic? Do you see the information right before your eyes? Do you like the way I deliver it? Because I do. I'm bigging myself up. I do. That new moon in Scorpio says at 28 degrees, which is very auspicious. Not going to bring y'all through in a street, a deep astrology lesson, but 28 degrees is the end. That moon in Scorpio only goes to 29. So if that new moon in Scorpio is at 28, this is the culmination of all the things that you feel, all the things that you've been destroying. It's not at the beginning, like 1 degree or 2 degree, which has its own magic, but this is the end of it, boo-boo. Come on now. Burn it all down, Duchess Plum, in order for us to rebuild. And when we say burn it all down, that means you got to go inside and again recognize the pump. I'm using these words for a reason, not to hurt anybody's feelings, but I want you to call a spade a freaking spade. What you've been scared of. Come on now. This new moon in Scorpio hits at 1:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before you go to bed, and if you up around about that time, pray, call it on in, tap on your heart, allow it to open up so you can receive the newness that's coming based on all the shit that you just destroyed. That moon bust this. Did I just scare somebody? That moon, new moon in Scorpio, 28 degrees, is in conjunction with what? Mercury going retrograde. That never happens, y'all. Let me tell you what never really happens. That sun, the only sun, is also in conjunction with Mercury going retrograde. Conjunction means they're at the same sign, the same degree. So that means you have the new moon, Mercury, and the sun having a menage a trois in the best way possible. They all mixed up and intertwined with one another. The sun being the core, the ego, our real self, our vulnerable self. It doesn't matter if you're a Scorpio or not. This is the information that's hitting the planet. Transit charts is what we talk about. The sun is in Scorpio. Mercury, how we think, how we processing this information, how we seeing and observing all of these changes and this destruction that's happening. Oh shit, what's going down? The punk in us, the scary one in us, the one who don't love, the one who has to open up their heart, the one that's been kind of sitting back in the closet, not talking to people. Come on now. All these things are being revealed. The sun, Mercury retrograde, and who I say? The moon, bringing the feels, bringing the new opportunity, bringing the new creations based on all the things that you just destroyed. This is a rare occurrence I put here, putting a mirror up. If you embrace it, habits crumble and control ceases. If you run, you're creating more chaos than you could ever imagine. Boom. Boom, chicky, boom, boom. Do I need to say it again? The sun, the moon, the new moon, Mercury retrograde, all coming together within the same degrees, give or take a couple, right? Putting a mirror up, showing you it all. How long you gonna run, y'all? If you embrace it, the habits, all the things that you need to destroy, and the control that you have, I mean, we'll be able to create. We'll be able to walk into the new. If not, and you run, come on now, you're creating more chaos. Now, here's the thing. When you create more chaos, is that just you? Some people like that shit. I remember saying that 2 weeks ago. Some people like chaos. Some people just like to be in the throes of it because it gets their blood boiling, because it's competitive, because it's exciting, because, because it reminds us of when our mothers and father used to fight and we used to find a shelter to hide in. We used to take care of ourselves and find some safety. I know I just went deep, but that's a motherfucking condition. Chaos ensues, and the people who like it is because you holding on to some past memories. You holding on to some conditioning that you thought that you needed chaos in order to live through. You holding on to that shit. I'm in y'all's face because I'm in my own face, and I never come on here talking about no shit that I can't do for myself, because as a human, I'm going through it too. I'm just sharing the information. Take it as you will. You understand? But if you want to live in that chaos, you want to still slip back into what made you comfortable. Here's the other part of that. That chaos is not being absorbed and or, dare I say it, hello, Sonja. I'm gonna get the word, y'all. It's not being celebrated. Thank you. That chaos is not being celebrated. It's not being absorbed. You can't dance with it like you did 10 years ago, like you did 20 years ago. For instance, if you're in a room and you just whipping up chaos because that's what you used to do, and it'll be 5 or 10 people that in the past that used to come to your fucking rescue. Oh, are you okay? Oh, do you need $10? Oh, do you need this? Oh, do you need that? You whipped up this chaos. Are you good? And then 10 years ago, 20 years ago, people used to come to you and be like, I'll help you. Today, because the world is vibrating in a different way today, because chaos is all around us today, because peace has another name and is a nice little t-shirt we all should wear, right? Today, there's a new vibration that's hitting. Today, you whipping up chaos and there's only one person that comes to your aid. Today, probably nobody comes to your aid, and you look like the crazy ass child in the middle of in the room whipping up chaos for no fucking reason whatsoever, because you want attention, because you want people to come to your rescue, because you're a punk and you don't want to handle it yourself. I'm in your face, y'all. Y'all know me, and if you don't, hello, how you doing? My name is SonjaMarie. I'm from Yonkers. I'm a peaceful being, but I don't have time to hold my tongue for nobody, because we got to get this new world that's coming. And there are layers to it. And if you go back to my 400 and some odd fucking videos here on YouTube, you will see we've been preparing the whole way. We've been preparing the whole way. Come on, y'all. Are you addicted to the chaos? Man, we ain't got time for that. On Thursday, that moon. Now listen, this is when you say, no, I'm not addicted to chaos. Okay, baby. Okay, let's make the changes. No, I'm not addicted to all that thing. I want to transform. All right, let's go. So this is what we do on Thursday. That moon starts to trine Neptune. Boom. This new moon wants you to believe with the power of that 28 degrees, like I just explained, the end of the thing, like your life depends on it. Play inside the unknown to build the courage and the wisdom. No more playing it safe. Play inside the unknown. The chaos will make its way. The chaos will show you, right? This is what we used to do, but that unknown is showing you a new way. You scared of it, baby? You scared of it? I know. One or two of you just said, yep, I'm scared of it. I know. Me too sometimes. But what the fuck else we got to do? What do we have to lose? What's the other alternative? That's the real question. And the other thing is, do you not believe? The other thing is, are you praying to your people for naught? Are you connecting with your ancestors and everybody? Are you going to church? Are you reading the Bible? Are you doing these affirmations for nothing, squirrel? I want to say this real quick. Forgive me for preaching, y'all. It's been an hour and 16 minutes, and I appreciate y'all being on here. And if you got to leave, you got to leave. But come back and get the rest of this magic, all right? But here's another thing I've been thinking about too, is that I think sometimes we need to reevaluate what this spiritual magic is that everybody is pretending to have here on social media and with all of these workshops and retreats and shit that we do, this spiritual uplifting that we're getting by coming together. There's an awesome magic that is absolutely offered in retreats. By the way, we're going to SEQUOIA. There's still a few more spots available. But we bring people together. Go to my website, wordlifeastrology.com. Wordlifeastrology.com if you want to come. But we bring people together so we can do what? So we can see ourselves, so we can see one another, so we can see each other in the mirror. You dig? But you know what? You got to do the work. You got to do the work. Sonja ain't doing the work for you. Don't come to my retreat thinking I'm going to put hands on you and all of a sudden you're fucking, gout is going to disappear. Don't do it. Don't think I'm going to give you the magical hug and squeeze you and all of a sudden you're going to be happy again. I'm being dramatic and funny for a reason. But people believe that. There's the human and there's the spiritual understanding. What we are learning in this lifetime is to merge the two. The human got to get what the humans be doing. And this week, it's showing you what you be doing. This week is saying, go deep into that Scorpio stuff. Go deep into the unknown. Go deep into the power that you think you have or you thought you had or you want to have. Go deep into those things so those things on the human side of you can meet up with the spiritual understanding that you have and work it. Work it. Work it. Nobody is going to do it for you. You're not a victim to it anymore. Why? Because this planet is in its chaos rising. The consciousness is rising with or without you. Don't let them tell you anything different, please. Even though this government is weird, even though the people are fucking going crazy on the street, don't let them convince you otherwise. It's going crazy because some people don't want to change. The good and the bad, the government and the ones, unfortunately, that are getting caught in the crosshairs. We have to make different decisions, y'all. We have to rely on the unseen, is the reason why I started talking about this squirrel moment. The unseen, the unseen. That moon sitting up against Neptune, that new moon, the new information that wants to come through, the new creations in Scorpio that says, I destroyed all the shit, but I'm giving you new creations. Says I'm doing that I'm in harmony with Neptune, with the unseen, with the spirit, with the truth, with consciousness. Come on, y'all. Work what you know to be true about you and your life and your insides. I feel high right now. I'm not even going to lie. On Thursday, almost done, y'all, that moon is also opposition Uranus. So this deep dive that we're doing is bringing balance to the change, and it welcomes the innovative. It unlocks the mystery. Not only does it unlock the mystery, that new moon information wants to bring some calm to this this chaos that's coming. I just explained that. Oppositions is balance. You have the new moon bringing new information in, is balancing out Uranus, which absolutely is responsible for chaos and the erraticisms of shit and the change that's happening all around us that looks batty when we're not ready for it. But if you tap into that new moon information that wants to bring the creations that you know that live deep inside of you, that's actually mirroring from all the destruction that's leaving and all the newness that's coming, you can bring balance to the chaos. I just said that. Am I speaking in circles? Am I confusing you? Ask a question. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I can confuse people. So please ask a question. I want you to get this. That new moon is also sextile in what? Pluto. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Now, here's the deal. The moon is going to be in Sag when it sextiles Pluto because Pluto was in Aquarius, but it will still have some vibration of that new moon in Scorpio energy because remember that new moon in Scorpio was at the last tail ends of the degrees. It was 28 degrees, then it goes to 29, and then it goes to 0 degrees Sag. You get what I'm saying? So it's still feeling the vapors, you dig? So that moon having the little vapors of the newness that's coming in is sextile and Pluto. Is giving harmony to Pluto, to the transformation that we've been talking about the whole fucking hour that I'm telling you. Do y'all feel the rewards that want to come through for you if you meet yourself where you are? If you see the power that you really, really have by calling yourself the punk, by understanding you need to learn, by understanding that you need to grow up, digging in the depths, destroying the things that no longer need to like freaking deal anymore. It don't grow corn, cuz it don't grow corn. It's not necessary. The more that leaves in my life, the less I know I need. The more that leaves in my life, the less I know I need. That should be the goddamn caption to this gosh darn rundown right now. Also, Uranus sextiles retrograde now. Uranus going retrograde, sextiles Neptune going retrograde. This is on Thursday. The undoing is within you. There's no more blame or pointing fingers. How long will it take for you to stop and recognize your own majesty? Bobble, bobble, bobble out this motherfucker. Who wrote that thing there? Right there, right there, right there. The undoing is within you. There's no more blame or pointing fingers. How long will it take for you to stop and recognize your own majesty? I know I've said that 17,000 ways today, but I'm saying it again because Uranus and this innovation, Uranus and this chaos is showing you that you need to utilize the chaos and the change and the things that's happened to you to bring you back to what? Neptune, the unknown. Come on, y'all. Hi, Melissa. Come on. Do y'all get this? You might have to listen back to it again. You might have to ask me some questions. I'm asking you to do this right now. Ask me the questions so we can get this together as a collective. It doesn't matter how long we on here. I don't mind. I am getting a little hungry, but I go hard. So I don't mind. And if this resonates with you here on YouTube, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I really, really would. On Friday, that moon goes into Sagittarius. This is interesting. And how about this? The sun goes into Sagittarius. Do you see how Scorpio just went out with a bang? With all the passion that I gave you? Any astrology students on here? Melissa, I want you to rewind this back, please, and leave me a comment, sweetie pie face, because I know you get this. I know, Miss Irene, you probably getting this too. Do you see how Scorpio energy, Pluto energy, all the aspects I told y'all to watch out for Pluto, how it just ended with a bang? For you to recognize yourself, for you to change and utilize the chaos to find the unknown, for you to do all the things to step into your power, to surrender, no longer having control. For Friday, to us to go into Sag energy. Sag energy is the adventurer. The moon goes into Sag and sun goes into Sag on Friday. The Sag energy for all of us, I don't care what sign you are, brings the adventure, brings the truth, brings the expansion, brings the knowledge, brings the know-how, brings the energy, brings the physicality. Thank you, Cosmic Rose. Brings the physicality because it's a fire sign. We come up out of the mud and motherfucking zoom through the crust of the earth with the treasures that were given, with the understanding that was obtained by you. Seeing the newness in you and feeling it deep inside, letting the punk and all the scary feelings that you had to reside deep in the dirt. So you can emerge with Sagittarius energy like the archer. Again, going on an adventure, saying, fuck it, I'ma do it. Sag has a lot of courage, y'all. Sag has more courage than a lot of people here, a lot of signs. Why? Because it doesn't care about the consequences. That Sag energy says, I'm going to do what I need to do because I'm selfish in that way. And if there's a consequences or there's some repercussions that need to happen, consequences and repercussions, then that's exactly what I'm going to feel. That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to take on. But I'm going to do exactly what it is I've been told. Do that thing. Do that thing. At the same time, okay, that Mars is in conjunction with the moon. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't hear me. Mars is in Sag. It's in conjunction with the moon. It's moving with the moon. This moon goes in, well, actually, it's Scorpio, but it's still in conjunction with what's moving. The aggression that's happening. Again, Mars is motivation. Mars is movement. Mars is physicality. Mars is get her done. Mars has come up out of this dirt. Mars has come up out of this pain. Mars has come up out of this victimhood that you've been putting yourself in. We got things to do with this new energy that's on us that allowed us to destroy so much so we can create more. On Friday, that sun is in balance, in a balancing act opposition with Uranus. When destruction occurs and the dust starts to settle, now you see what needs to be created. Focus on the momentum forward with enthusiasm and collective energy. Pull your resources. Start asking for help. Start asking for people. If Sag don't do nothing, Sag will ask for help. And here's the thing, it has no qualms about it because Sag believes in resources. Friday, it's a time for you to pull out your Rolodex, pull out your phone. Did I say 1992 Rolodex? Pull out your Rolodex, pull out your phone. Understand that we are all helping one another. Now, here's the deal. You start seeing people that want to help you because it's a transactionary thing. You may have to watch them. Because here's the deal. We are all doing this because we all need help. Understand, people are going to help you whether it comes from me or not. Let me make that clear. If you call me and ask me for $10 and I got $10 and I'm going to give it to you, am I going to be so harped on the fact that I need $10 from you tomorrow or next week? No. I'm going to know that I added to the collective by giving you the $10. You did? And I know that 2 weeks from now, when I need $7, somebody's going to give me $7 just because I added to the collective. So the point is that when we pull on our resources, when we come together, when the sun is in opposition of Uranus, when we come together for the collective, when we try to get control of this chaos that's happening as we pull on people, right? For good reasons, not for pulling their energy, right? We know that we're going to be taken care of because why? We are still believing in the unseen. We are still believing in the courage that we just mustered up. We are still knowing that we're going to get what we need to get because spirit is on our side and because you took a chance to jump. Y'all don't hear me. You don't have to get it back. You're being petty if you're trying to get it back from the person that gave it to you. You're being petty if you're trying to get whatever and utilize resources as transactionary actions. Just ask for what you need. And if you can't get it from that person, get it from the other person. I'm being very specific right now. That sun in Sag is also trine in Neptune. Come on now. See yourself, see spirit, see the new from your ancestors' perspective. Crash in the conditioning and go for what feels right to you. Y'all don't hear me. Go for what feels right for you. I love that Sag is coming in with a bang. You got to jump. You got to trust. You have to know. You got to be the fool. Friday and Saturday is teaching you how to be the fool. Okay? They ever heard the tarot card, the fool? I might just pull that out today and fuck everybody up. The fool. Right? But sometimes you don't know the things. Sometimes you just got to jump in that thing because you mustered the courage to just do it and believe in the unknown. That's how Friday ends. On Saturday, that moon goes into Sag. I'm running out of steam and I'm running out of time. So I'm just going to go with a few things that's on here for Saturday, which I think are important. And with the last aspect on Sunday, and then we'll pull a card. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for holding strong. And thank you for listening. Even though we're not talking too much and going back and forth, I kind of feel that you are listening and paying attention. Ask questions if you need. Come to SEQUOIA with us May 28th to June 1st of next year. There are a few spots that are still available and I'd love for you to come. Okay, please do that thing. I'm also gonna put up whatchamacallit for this workshop that I'm gonna do online real soon, and connection with family. How your family is helping you, hurting you. How can you see your family differently for this holiday season? Okay, that's a general workshop that we're going to do for $33, probably about 2 hours long or so. But be on the lookout for that. Okay. Saturday, that moon stays in Sag until about 5:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then it goes into Capricorn. So for most of the day, we'll still be feeling that zest, that energy, that optimistic positivity, that feeling of optimism and positivity, because moon and Sag is all about that, to move through, power through our day with truth and understanding, right? But then at the end of the day, it calls for us to get a little bit more responsible when that moon hits into Capricorn, which I love, because sometimes you got to jump off the cliff as the fool, and then on your way down or somewhere after that, now you can take all the things that you started. Understand what I'm saying? You take all the things that you risked at and you go, okay, now let me put it in order. That's what the moon in Capricorn does. So for the end of Saturday and on Sunday, we start to put into order what it is we jumpstart. Does that make sense? Thank you, Cosmic Rose. In SEQUOIA, yep, at Auto Camp. We're going to have a good time. On Saturday, be careful, because that moon in Sag wants to go up against Saturn. That moon and its exuberant ways of utilizing the resources wants to disregard the boundaries and disregard the discipline that's necessary. Disregard the hard work. Understand this. Sagittarius don't like hard work. Sagittarius believe that what it needs to get, what it needs to receive is just that. You just need to give it to me because I'm lucky like that. That's Sag energy all day and night. But it's squaring up against Saturn, being that that's Capricorn and it's in Pisces, right? It's squaring up against that thing going, yeah, I know you jumped off the cliff, baby, but you still got to pay attention to the boundaries. You still got to pay attention to the things that you need to do. You still got to pay attention to the responsibilities, okay? We are reminded of the discipline that needs to be involved. Success requires it. Thank you for that, Spirit. Your courage is not enough. We went into the deep, dark part of Scorpio for most of the week. And then we got this courageous output for Sag 1 or 2 days. But then we got to couple it with some discipline, couple it with some hard work in order to reach the top. You just want to die saying, I tried? Nah, do it. Go for it to get to the top of wherever that top is. Not in comparison to anybody else's top, your own top. Okay. Mercury in retrograde trines Saturn. So you know you need to do that thing. It's just that moon squaring it. It's a different kind of feeling. Go with what you know. When I say you know it, because Mercury is the knowing, Mercury is communication, is the brain, right? You know when it trines Saturn that you have to stay with your disciplines, right? If you don't see it, go back to your Mercury retrograde moments and hold steadfast to God's mission. Know that God is just saying, look, I gave you the gusto to do the thing with that Sag energy, allowing you to see the things with that Scorpio energy. Now revisit your brain and go, what did I learn from that thing? So you can implement it with discipline, with ritual, with tradition, with understanding, with hard work. Okay. You may feel a little disillusioned that day because the moon is squaring up Neptune. Don't pay attention to that. I'm telling you right now, disillusioned, like, oh my God, I can't do this. I think I'm crazy because it's not real. It's not working out for me. Where's the practicality in this all? Don't freak out. Let it prove itself. God don't work on the time that we want it to work. Oh, I'm feeling courageous now, God. Give me the results. God says, I'm going to give you the results when it's time for you to get the results. When you've learned the lessons really, when it's like really embedded in your body, when you can continue to be disciplined about a thing and keep doing it over and over and over until you make the goodness in you and the things that you need as a habit, not just as some fly-by-night understanding. Lastly, on Saturday, Mercury retrograde trines Jupiter. So if you get this in your mind, you know when it's right for you. When you know as you are reliving these retrograde moments and you reestablishing what it is to keep my depth, what it is to move forward, even as I discover certain things, to create certain things, right? When you look at these deep thoughts and understandings, you know Jupiter's like, I got your back, boo-boo. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to give you the Skittles. I'm going to give you the opportunities. I'm going to give you the possibilities. I want you to see the possibilities. I'm going to give you the expansion because why? You are riding the horse. You are moving through it all. Even if there's delusions and confusions and people and situations telling you you're not doing it right. You're not doing it in the way in which needs to be done. You're not doing it how everybody else did it. Pause. When you start to hear that, when yourself or anybody else for that matter tells you that we're not doing it the way Beyonce did it, we're not doing it the way Steve Jobs did it, we're not doing it the way they did it, then it won't be done. It's a new day, people. There's a new order to how we're doing these things, to how we're reaching the top, to how we're understanding how great we are. Our majesty. It's a new order because of the new vibrations that are coming in that won't allow us to hold on to the same old habits. You get that? Ooh, y'all got me hot today. I hope you understand this information. Ask questions if you don't. That coyote, that trickster. Ooh, Cosmic Rose, you on it today, baby love. Sunday, right? The moon stays in Capricorn. Bust this. It ends with the most beautiful bang because the sun is in Sagittarius, sextile and what? Pluto. Let the end of the week end with a bang, reminding you who the fuck you are. That's all I said. Reminding you who you are, the sun, the core you, the vulnerable space within you, the one who's really leading the ship. Not everybody else, your rising, your moon, your Saturn, your Mercury, your blah, 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 blah. The sun is sitting there with Pluto like, woof, we went through all that shit for good reason, huh? Wow. You think we looked a little crazy? Probably so. But we got through. We took our destructions and we made something out of it. We created something. We jumped off the cliff because we wanted to live into the unseen. We wanted to release the control that we had. We jumped not knowing all the things, because we know the power of spirit in our ancestors. Did we look crazy? Yup, we did. But Pluto says we transformed though, baby. We different now. They can't talk to us the same. Not no more. Do y'all get that? I hope this helped you. I really, really do. I kind of don't know because I don't know what y'all thinking right now, but I really do hope it helped. And if you have questions, please leave a comment whenever you can here on YouTube or on Instagram. I greatly appreciate it. If it hits you, please hit like button here on YouTube. Let YouTube know that I'm doing my job, but also so I know that this is resonating with you. If a lot of this information went over your head, watch this again. Because I get really, really impassioned. I know I do. And sometimes I throw a little bit more of astrological information in the mix in which people, more than what people can understand. True, true indeed. But I'm here to learn you. I'm here to grow you. I'm here to grow my goddamn self. So I'm not going to make this easy. And I'm not going to make it cute. And I'm not going to make it in a way that a lot of astrologers do by leaving little memes here and there. I have my little sources of memes, but I'm also different. And I also want us to be better. I also want us to grow. I also want us to get through this thing together. You understand? I'm glad you're processing it, Coco. Thank you so much for responding. I appreciate that. I want us to get it in a way in which this lasts, not just for ourselves, but for your children. It starts to change who you are, your personality, and all the things. You dig? This ain't no little entertainment. This is life-changing situation. Let's do this shit together. Okay, let me stop rambling. Thank you, great Mother, Father God. Thank you so very much. Okay, this one card wanted to come through. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cosmic Rose. Huh. That's because it's necessary. Listen, this this may throw a few of you off, but I really want y'all to pay attention to the words between the words in this card. I wasn't expecting it. Playfulness. Now, here's the thank you. Just hit me. Here's the understanding which I was just given. The playfulness about this week. As we're going through the depths, as we're going through the harsh spaces, as we're going through the destruction, there is a level of playfulness that we need to have. There is a level of non-seriousness that we need to have, because the more we see ourselves non-serious, the more we can detach from the things that we think that are killing us, or the things that we think that are us and they're really conditions, right? The things that we think that made us survive into this moment. The easier we can leave the things, the quicker it is that we get the new. Check this out. Life is rarely as serious as we believe it to be. And when we recognize this fact, it responds by giving us more and more opportunities to play. The woman in this card is celebrating the joy of being alive, like a butterfly that has emerged from its chrysalis into the promise of light. She reminds us of the time when we were children, discovering seashells on the beach or building castles in the sand without any concern that the waves might come and wash them away in the next moment. She knows that life is a game, and she is playing the part of a clown right now with no sense of embarrassment or pretense. When the page of fire enters your life, it is a sign that you are ready for the fresh and the new. Something wonderful is just on the horizon. New moon in Scorpio, maybe? And you have just the right quality of playful innocence and clarity to welcome it with open arms. Ashe. Did that not hit? I'm just saying. Did that not hit? This is for the week. You want to see the card? Did that not hit? The playfulness. Now, what also came to me as I was reading this too had everything to do with what I was saying in the beginning, how I was using myself for an example, saying that sometimes I get hot and giddy and really excited. To tap into the courage in me when I'm in between the chaos, when I'm looking at the eye of the storm. Why? Because it gives me personally, I don't know about y'all, but it gives me an opportunity to prove myself. It gives me an opportunity to step into this life, to play, to play. Because why? I know my God is not going to leave me homeless. I know my God and my ancestors, as long as I'm listening and I'm keeping my ego out of pocket. I know my God, they're giving me information through my dreams, through my prayers. They're answering it for me. Even if I got to take an L for 5 months, for 2 minutes, you know what I mean? Even if I got to step to the side, even I have to be ghost for a little while. It's the game. It's the in and out, the playful game. The in and out, the understanding that this is not that serious life. Are y'all hearing me? That it's not that serious. That oftentimes we got to go deep into the mud to pull it out and be like, oh, yeah, you was a little crazy in this situation. Oh, yeah, you could have done a little bit more in this situation. And being separated from it in a way in which your feelings get all caught up into it. And I'm saying that being a Cancer, I'm always about my feelings. But there are times when we have to look at the feelings and be like, boo boo, you are temporary. I don't need you to destroy opportunities and situations right now. I don't need you to destroy the weather in this moment in time. I just need for you to navigate me to my next space. Make sense? I hope so. I really, really do. And ask all the questions that you need to. I'll be back next week. Again, I hope this helped you in some kind of way. Woo! Sticky poster says, woo, I went ghost and I feel like I missed out on so much. I haven't done enough. Well, I haven't been back. This is my first time back after 2 weeks or so. I missed last week, so I had to give y'all an earful. So you didn't miss nothing, sweetie pie. We didn't miss nothing at all. We are right on time, right? Have an awesome week. Don't be afraid of yourself. Go as deep as you need to go, all right? Because time is of the essence. In a way, the world is changing and the new you is dying to be reborn. Literally. Let's get it. I'll see you soon. All right. Adios. Peace.